nice thing about a helicopter is you can fly in different directions. You can fly sideways. Okay, here we go. And as we climb up here, you'll begin to see the town of Gananoque on the left. It's a small village, a small town of about 5,000, a little more than 5,000 people, but it's visited by hundreds of thousands over the summer because it's a very popular tourist town. And you can see the St. Lawrence River opening up in front of us to the left and to the right. And the Thousand Islands. Today we have some amazing visibility, so that we can see for miles and miles and miles, or kilometers and kilometers and kilometers. Off on the right you can see some of the building tops of the city of Kingston. Gananoque area traffic, it's a helicopter Foxtrot Echo Romeo Tango. We're at the Gananoque helipad, and we're proceeding southbound over the Thousand Islands for about 10 minutes at 1,500 feet. And if you look way off onto the right there where I'm pointing, you can see the largest of the Thousand Islands. It's called Wolf Island, and on that island there are all those little towers. Those are wind generators. Okay, so they generate electricity.
Okay.
There are, when you look at it, you can see there's quite a few of them. There are actually 86 wind generators on that island, and they produce enough power for 75,000 homes a year.
Good.
So the town of Gananoque, you can see the marina down here. They do boat tours out of there. One of the tour boats is in that. And as we fly out over the Thousand Islands, the first group of islands here is called the Admiralty Group of Islands. Now officially, there are many more than 1,000 islands. There are, in fact, 1,864 islands. Now, to be declared an official island within the Thousand Islands, you have to meet 3 criteria. And you must be at least 1 foot square.
Okay.
And you must stay above the water year-round. And it must have 2 trees.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the Thousand Islands, if you look around, you'll see that there are many little rock shoals, rock outcroppings, and there may not even be a tree or a bush on them. And they're very hazardous to navigation. And because the water level goes up and down throughout the summer months, some of them are actually just below the water surface. Very hazardous to navigation. Now this large island in front of us here that you see is called Grindstone Island.
Okay.
And it is actually in the United States of America.
Oh, that's good.
Now the border between Canada and the United States actually runs right up the middle of the river to our right through this channel, and on up to the left.
That's fine.
And so we're about to cross over into the United States of America. I hope you brought your passports.
No.
No, we're okay, as long as we don't land. Now these islands were actually mapped and charted by the Royal British Navy in 1850 by a fellow by the name of Captain William Fitzwilliam Owen, and he mapped the Thousand Islands area, the St. Lawrence River, and the 5 Great Lakes in Canada and the United States. Just off to the right, on the far shore there, you can see a small town, a very small village there, and that's called Clayton, New York. There it is, actually a little bit more to the right. And they have a beautiful antique boat museum if you ever have the opportunity to go over and visit that.
Oh.
Now the next group of islands right in here is called the Lake Fleet Islands, and they are named after the ships of the Royal British Navy in the time period of 1815, 1816. Just to the left there, you can see one of the Thousand Islands tour boats. And if you haven't done a tour on a Thousand Islands cruise boat, it's certainly worth your while.
Yeah, we are about to have that one afternoon.
Can you put this a little bit closer to your mouth?
Yeah, we are about to have that one afternoon.
Oh, wonderful. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It'll really augment a lot of what I'm saying here today. And just on the nose here, there's another group of islands that Captain Owen had named, and these are called the Navy group of islands, and they're named after the British officers at the time. Now in the winter months, this river freezes over.
Wow. So, how's the life in the Gananoque in the winter? It's quite hard, right?
Well, Canadian winters. Have you been here for Canadian winter?
Yeah, I know.
But you're up in the Toronto area, which is usually a little bit milder.
Milder, yeah.
Yeah, down here it gets a little bit colder and normally a little bit more snow.
He was here before in Barrie.
And Barrie, okay. They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Yeah.
This little bay in here is called Landon's Bay, and it's fairly popular for a little bit of swimming and fishing in here. Now the visibility of the water is actually very good. Today when we look down, in many places we can see the bottom, and Canada and the United States boast that the St. Lawrence River has the best freshwater scuba diving in the world because of the visibility.
Wow. So there's a scuba diving also?
There's scuba diving all over the St. Lawrence Islands.
Wow, okay.
Lots of places, and there are shipwrecks as well. Many shipwrecks. Now, Thousand Islands actually span an 80-kilometer stretch from the city of Kingston, which I pointed out earlier, to the city of Brockville, which is behind us now. And if you're doing a nice drive later today, right below us here is called the Thousand Islands Parkway. You can connect with it at Gananoque.
Yeah, I've been already through that one.
You have, it's a beautiful drive, isn't it?
I went into some trouble also.
Yeah.
I went into the duty-free shop down at the border.
Oh yes.
And I waited through that, and I didn't took my passport. So.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Well, you'll certainly enjoy the boat cruise out to the castle. You'll see Bolt Castle when you go out there. And I love to tell all the couples that do a tour of Bolt Castle that you have to remember that George Bolt, who built the castle, had two loves in his life: his wife and the Thousand Islands.
Wow.
But she died at a young age, at the age of 41, and it broke his heart. So in the middle of constructing her castle for the love of his life, he stopped construction of the castle itself, and he never set foot back in the Thousand Islands again. So, very tragic love story, but the moral of that story, really, that real life story, is this: every man, if he truly loves his wife, deserves a castle.
Oh.
I'm trying to build a one.
Okay. Gananoque area traffic. It's a helicopter Foxtrot Echo Romeo Tango. We're just by the casino along the 401 to 1,300 feet inbound the Gananoque helipad. So this is a very short flight that we're doing today. If you really enjoyed it and you want to come back sometime, I would recommend the Bolt Castle tour from the air. It's beautiful. Once you've seen Bolt Castle on the ground, it's nice to see it from the air. And we also have a two-castle tour. There's another castle further down the river towards Brockville called Singer Castle. You can get all kinds of information about those castles on the internet as well.
Definitely, some next and go to everything in the ocean.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that. You got to hold this closer.
Okay. I'm planning to come next year. Definitely.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And I'll do it it's an hour, right?
The castle, the tours by the boat,
yeah,
they vary. Our by boat anyway. What we offer is a 20-minute flight to Bolt Castle.
Okay.
And a 30-minute flight to Bolt and Singer Castle. And you get all the information on everything that we offer at Thousand Islands Helicopters, as well as area attractions right in our office area. land. If you connect with the fellow that helped strap us in, Miles, he can give you any extra information you might want.
Okay.
It's a little bumpy today. The wind is picking up, but we should have a nice smooth landing in here today.